Hello, good day. How are you today? You're good, right? Okay, so are you ready for today's lesson? You are? That is good. Today in agricultural science, we're going to be looking at historical development of agriculture. Okay, today's lesson in agricultural science, we're going to be looking at historical development of agriculture. So are we ready for the lesson? We are? Great. Agriculture has evolved over centuries with techniques advancement through ages. Okay, so today's lesson we're going to be looking at the development of techniques through ages and also the development of agriculture in Nigeria. Okay, so first we're going to be looking at the development of techniques through ages. Okay, development of techniques through ages. What does this mean? It's how farming practices and methods have evolved and become more advanced. Okay, so we're going to be looking at how they have evolved and become more advanced. Do you understand? How the farming methods have gotten better over time. First, the early techniques. Simple hand tools like sticks and stones used for planting, observation and trial and error guided farming practices. Do you understand? In the early times, they used basic tools like sticks and stones, and they learned by trying out things. Okay? Then the ancient innovations from 3000 BCE to 500 CE. Mesopotamians and Egyptians developed irrigation systems. Greeks and Romans introduced plows and crop rotation. So during the ancient times, Mesopotamians and Egyptians made better tools, okay? The irrigation system. And the Greeks and Romans had smarter ideas like crop rotation, plows. Do we understand? Then in the Middle Ages, 500 to 1500 CE, that is from the 5th century to the 15th century, okay? Tree-field crop rotation improved soil fertility. Animal drawn plows became more widespread. In the Middle Ages, tree-field crop rotation helped soil. Used animals for plowing. Okay? And then Renaissance to 19th century. Renaissance saw improved tools like the seed drill. Agricultural revolution introduced machinery like the threshing machine. Renaissance brought better tools like the seed drill. And agricultural revolution introduced machines. And then in the 20th century, Green Revolution introduced high-yield crop varieties. Mechanization with tractors and combines increased efficiency. So in the 20th century, Green Revolution brought better plant types. Tractors and machines made farming easier. Okay, so over time, farming got smarter with new tools and ideas, making it easier and more productive. Do you understand? Techniques have grown through ages that has developed okay? From basic tools and simple methods, people started learning and trying new things. And as the years passed, they improved tools, irrigation, and how they planted crops, right? This progress continues today also, with technology and smart ways of farming making things better and more efficient. So techniques of farming are still developing till today, right? In ancient times, manual tools were used for cultivation, sticks, stones, right? Then the agricultural revolution marked a shift towards settled farming communities, and in the Middle Ages, crop rotation and horse-drawn plows emerged. The Industrial Revolution brought mechanization, right? So this is the development of techniques through ages, okay? Recently, there are better technologies that help in farming, that makes farming easier and faster, right? Great. So next we're going to be looking at the development of agriculture in Nigeria. Development of agriculture in Nigeria. It means how farming in Nigeria has changed and have gotten better over time. Okay. First, traditional farming. Early reliance on basic farming methods for sustenance. Mainly subsistence farming to meet local needs. In the early times, in Nigeria, people just farmed to feed themselves using basic tools. And then colonial influence. During colonial times, emphasis on cash crops like cocoa, palm oil, and groundnuts. Shift from subsistence to commercial farming for exports. During the colonial period, from late 18th centuries to mid 19th centuries, Nigerians started growing cash crops like cocoa, palm oil, and groundnuts. They grew these crops for selling. Okay? Farming changed to making money. They exported these crops. So farming changed from meeting their basic needs to commercial farming. Then post-independence, after 1960, Nigeria gained independence in 1960. Government initiatives aimed at modernizing agriculture. So after independence onward, from the 1960 onward, when Nigeria became independent in 1960, government worked on making farming more modern and self-sufficient. They went through challenges, okay? Challenges and opportunities. Challenges included outdated practices and low productivity. Focus on technology, research, and sustainable farming for improvement. Some problems like old ways of farming and bad weather. And they tried fixing the problem with new ideas and technology. Okay, so Nigerians farming started basic, changed during colonial times, got modern after independence, and continued to improve with new ideas and methods. Though they were facing challenges, but they kept on improving. Okay, do we understand? Development of agriculture in Nigeria. In Nigeria, people used basic methods for survival first. Then colonizers introduced cash crops like cocoa. Then it shifted from just feeding families to growing crops for sale. And when Nigeria gained independence in 1960, efforts to make farming more modern. Then they faced problems like bad farming practices, keeping to the old ways, and low productivity. But later on, they improved using better technology and smart farming. Okay? So Nigeria has developed in agriculture, right? Okay, great. So today's lesson on historical development of agriculture. We understood everything, right? We looked at the development of techniques through ages, and we understood everything on that. And we then looked at development of agriculture in Nigeria, right? We understood everything. Okay. So next we're going to be looking at our assignment. I'm sure we're going to be able to do our assignment, right? Okay, that is good.